Good morning, respected dignitaries, colleagues, researchers, and students. It is an honor to deliver this keynote at the conference on new media, ecologies, transforming communication paradigms in the digital age, organized by University Institute of Media Studies, Chandigarh University. The media industries have changed more in last 5 years than in previous 50, and artificial intelligence is the single most powerful driver of this transformation. Today, I want to reflect on how AI is reshaping media environments, consumption patterns, advertising strategies, analytics, personalization, and how we as academics must prepare the next generation of advertising and PR professionals for AI first world. The changing media environment, our media environment has moved beyond the idea of content on platforms. It is now a prediction of ecosystem where algorithms study behavior, traces, anticipate the next click, the next purchase, even the next emotion response. Every scroll, pause, like, swipe becomes data. Media is no longer just consumed, it is computed. Netflix, YouTube, Instagram, Hotstar, JioCinema, every platform today uses AI not just to show content but to shape attention. We are living in a world where media logics are increasingly algorithmic, not editorial. Let's look at some case studies. First with Netflix. Netflix and predictive culture. Netflix is the perfect example of this predictive culture. Their algorithm analysis, they're doing almost 300 million view events every single day. AI decides which show you should see first, which thumbnail you see, which genre you see or seem to like, what content Netflix should produce next. Shows like Money Heist and Queen's Gambit were pushed heavily because AI predicted their demand. This is not content strategy, it is algorithmic anthropology. So in Indian context, we can look at the case of Jio. Jio Plus has this AI ecosystem in which they present a very fascinating media story. JioCinema, JioSaavn, JioFiber collects audience data at a scale and diversity which is unmatched globally. Their AI models personalize sports feeds, commentary, ad placements, content, language preferences, thumbnails, and recommendations. This is why Indian consumption patterns are becoming more segmented, personal and hyperlocal than ever before. So this Jio case study is a prime example how companies, especially media companies, are utilizing AI in their overall strategy. So next, let's look at how AI is changing media consumption. Media consumption has become very personalized at a very macro level. They could be here two students sitting next to each other scrolling Instagram, and they may not be watching the same, they may be watching different content. They're watching everything which is algorithmically designed on a parallel universe, customized to their psychographics. This is called fragmentation of attention. This is the new challenge, the new opportunity for advertisers. Let's look at the next. So AI in advertising, AI is transforming advertising at a very different aspects, different level, and we can call it the full advertising pipeline. So be it creative development tools like ChatGPT, Sora, Runway, Firefly, they can generate scripts, storyboards, visuals, and voices. Then into production, AI converts long form scripts into 15 ad variations for Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat very fast, quickly, instantly. Then into distribution. In programmatic AI uses, AI can help you in terms of deciding what to buy and where to place ads automatically. It can also optimize every impression, every click, and action feeds back into system, and which can create smarter future campaigns. So we have moved from campaigns crafted by humans to campaigns co-created with machines. Let's look at some examples. For example, Coca-Cola. This is a global case study where Coca-Cola used a real magic campaign. In this campaign, Coca-Cola created, it was a watershed moment in the advertising. They invited consumers globally to create AI artwork using Coke branded models. Okay, so these images were then integrated into real billboards, ads, social campaigns, and packaging even. This wasn't a campaign, it was a new relationship between brand and the audience, because you saw the audience engaging with these tools and creating something, and which was used by the brand in the promotion strategy. From an Indian standpoint, there was a case study from Cadbury's where Cadbury's SRK, they used this campaign, not just a Cadbury ad. It was one of the most creative AI advertising campaign. So this Cadbury's SRK ad, using deep learning, they created Shah Rukh Khan's voice and face, and it was used by local merchandisers, shopkeepers, and they could generate personalized version where SRK was promoting their shop specifically. So any person could use that tool, and SRK was through AI was promoting very specific shop. This was very hyper personalization done at a national scale, an example of AI democratizing advertising. So this is a prime example wherein big brands like Cadbury's are using AI tool in their campaigns. The next one, in terms of AI tools and the platforms which may be available to the different advertisers. AI tools are not an option now. They are central to the competitive advertising. So for example, meta advertising, Google Performance Max automate entire campaigns. Cynthia creates AI video presenter in 50 languages quickly. Sprinkler and Meta Water analyze public sentiments in real time. The advertisers of 2030 will be creative, plus analytic, plus AI fluent. So these are the tools that people who are joining advertising in the next 4 to 5 years must have it with them. Let's look at what is the impact on public relation. So AI is equally disruptive in public relation. PR is shifting from reactive to predictive. Machine learning scans millions of posts every minute. PR teams can identify early signals of backlash, misinformation, or sentiments shift long before humans detect them. Some global brands use AI to simulate potential crisis scenarios as well, and they recommend responses even before the crisis occur. There's a global case study of United Airlines crisis. In this 2017 crisis, there was this scenario where one of the passengers was offloaded with the force, and which created a lot of negative publicity for the United Airlines. So what they have done is they have built models that detect patterns of outrage before a story goes viral. Today, companies like Amazon, Samsung, Nike, they employ similar predictive analysis, critical systems, and then this comes as an entire frontier in advertising PR strategy. So before anything happens, they have created models. They can still simulate this model and understand what could happen in these kind of a scenario. Let's look at some of ethical challenges and their academic implications. So in terms of ethical challenges that we may have, we must understand all this is dependent on consumer data. So whatever data sets are available today, they are all consumer data, but who own these consumer data? How do we prevent biases in algorithm? So though we are using AI, but we must be very clear that how can we avoid biases? What happens when deepfakes become indistinguishable from reality? How do you identify which is real, which is a deepfake? Where do we draw the line between persuasion and manipulation? The advertising industry will need clear ethical frameworks, and academics like us must prepare students for these dilemmas, not just for the technologies. So we are training students, but at the same time we must ensure that our students are ready to face these challenges, which are very technology driven challenges. So we are teachers, we are academicians, so how should we respond to these kind of challenges? Academia cannot remain traditional when the industry is transforming on a daily basis. We must shift from teaching only creative skills to teaching AI-assisted creative strategies. So we teach copywriting, we teach other writing skills, but we must tell them what are the tools available. We must teach them data literacy. We must teach them analytics and also digital ethics. Students must learn prompt engineering, very essential today. They must learn media analytics dashboards. They must learn generative AI for production. If they are making films, they are making other content. They must understand predictive modeling basics, real world digital campaign simulations. So our classroom cannot no longer be isolated from real type industry tools. So it's very important that we teach them what is happening in the industry, we stay relevant. So let's look at what are the skills that are needed for future. So if you have to prepare professionals for 2030 or maybe much ahead, what are the skills or tools they must learn? What are the skills they must have? So advertising PR professionals, they need a student who will thrive in the next decade, will be definitely creative thinkers. You need creativity, but at the same time tech comfortable. They should be comfortable with using any kind of tool. They should be culturally aware. They should have an analytical mind. They must be able to collaborate with AI, not fear for it. So you should not hesitate in learning any AI tools today, because that's the future. The future professional is not replaced by AI. Please note that this is very important, that future professional will not be replaced by AI, but it will be replaced by somebody who knows how to use AI cleverly. So your competition is not AI, but somebody who knows how to use AI cleverly and who knows the tools for your specific industry. The future of advertising in PR. Advertising will change dynamically based on your facial expression. PR campaigns will predict public mood cycles. Definitely there will be emphasis on personalization of content, which basically means regional language AI model will dominate Indian advertising, because we'll have very personalized models for different languages, regions. Brand will become data ecosystems, so they're not just interacting but collecting data at every point. Consumers will demand transparency and control over digital identities. Human creativity still will remain central, but AI will become the accelerator of the imagination. So these are some predictions. but how do we take the challenge? So I'll conclude with this text here. So AI is not merely a technological development, it is a cultural shift, a cognitive revolution, a creative renaissance. The question is not, will AI change the advertising in PR? That's not the question anymore, because it has already done that. The real question is, are we ready to guide our students, industries, societies into this future responsibly and creatively? That's the question I leave you everyone to think about. Thank you very much once again, Professor Jyotsna Thakur and the team at University Institute of Media Studies and Chandigarh University for inviting me. This time I could not attend. I'm not in India, and currently I'm in Bahrain. We are going through some difficult time because of the war. But I look forward to meet you all, have discussion in future collaboration with you whenever I am there in India next. I wish you all the best for the conference. I look forward to meeting you all someday. Thank you.